What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today, we're covering my top 5 movies of 2024. For those who do not know, movies are a really big deal in my life. I go to movie theaters all the time. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm always posting what movies I'm seeing at the movie theaters. I try my best to always tweet about them just to let people know what I'm seeing if anybody's curious. And yeah, I think last year I saw like over 100 movies, so that's really exciting. Just trying to go see more and more, and just trying to appreciate movies and everything like that. So yeah, today we're going to give my top 5 list. We also have Chelsea's, my wife's list on here, as well as Chelsea's best friend Rico's list on here as well too, just so you can see the difference. People, I'll definitely give a little bit more in-depth in my top 5 movies, and then I'll try my best with Chelsea's and Rico's. So yeah, let's go over this. Let's talk about the top 5 movies, and I'll try to leave my letterbox down below. If you want to follow me, I'll follow you back, and then I can watch what movies. I'll see what movies you watch and all that kind of fun stuff. But like I said, there's over 100 movies. Like on this list right here, I've seen pretty much all of these. There's a couple of these, of course, I haven't seen. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's talk about these 5 movies, and let's see if I can do this correctly. So, I hit the wrong button. Let's try this again. All right, let's try this. Hang on. All right, there we go. So at number 5, we have Nora. So okay, I got it now. I got it. Okay, we're good. I got it. So at number 5, we have Nora, which to me is a really fun movie. It's a comedy slash, like, I don't want to say thriller, but it's fun. It's serious. It had me laughing. And I don't know what kind of genre of style of videos these are, or movies these are, but it's like Spring Breakers and Bodies, and there's the one where, like, the Twitter movie, if you know what I'm talking about. These kind of like comedy, kind of real life movies. I don't know how to explain what they are, but this one was really fun. It was really cool to see. I like the storyline a lot. You really don't really know what's happening. Like, it's like one plot twist after other kind of thing, which I do like a lot. And there's so much with like the Russians and like the New York City and the accents and the whole vibe of, like, this love kind of thing. Is this love real, not real kind of thing? It's kind of comical to me, how it kind of works out. And it's a really good storyline. I like it a lot. And yeah, if you didn't see it, I would say watch it. I liked it a lot. It's my top 5 movies for sure. So it's number 5 for me. It was kind of hard to pick which was number 5, but number 5 for sure was Anora. It was definitely a B movie I'd probably easily watch again. A lot of stuff is happening, a lot of fun, and just a lot of craziness, which I like a lot. Like I said, other movies like this, I don't know which style you call this. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. At number 4, we actually have The Substance, which is crazy. It's like this inner battle between like inner self and outer self, and like inner appearance and outer appearance kind of thing like that. And it's very gross, and it's very gory kind of movie, and it's like very shock factors, and that's what really gets me with movies, is stuff I haven't seen before, and Substance definitely delivers that. Like, you're like, what is happening the whole time, which I do love. And if you know the shrimp scene, and that's the kind of the big thing that people talk about, but even from the start, like the star and stuff, and like the falling out and stuff like that, it's a really cool movie. It's pretty wild. Once again, you really don't know what's happening, which is always, to me, like a really good time when you just like, okay, what is going on right now, and you just kind of figure it out, and it kind of all comes together. Even like movies that don't come together, they're still fine for me, but this one definitely like does a good part, does a good time of like combining it all, and like it just gets like wild and wild and wild, and you're like, what the heck is going on? So definitely another movie I would see over and over again. Definitely great job. Demi Moore does a fantastic thing, and yeah, Margaret Qualley, Detective Pikachu, does fantastic. So, right? Margaret Qualley's in Detective Pikachu, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, great movie, fantastic, and definitely go see it if you haven't seen it. Number 3, we actually have Dee, which I don't think I saw a lot of people talk about. To me, it's more of like throwback to me, which is why I like it, with like the middle schooler in the 2000s kinda, like the AIM stuff got me, the skateboarding, want to be popular, but fighting this like inner battle of themselves, and what it takes, and like the struggles of like middle school and high school kind of thing, right? And I did like it a lot. I did kind of resonate with it a lot for sure. So it definitely would gets pulled on my heartstrings a little bit, but I just it's just some of the stuff that just happens in the movie, kind of like Y2K, but Y2K was, it's a little further down there, but anything that makes me remember stuff is really good. Also, the storyline of this is fantastic, and also skateboarding. Any movie that has skateboarding in, it's gonna go bing high up in my list, just because I like people that incorporate skateboarding, because it's always cool to see that. It always makes me chuckle to see stuff like that. And yeah, I just like it a lot. It's a good story. It's kind of reminds me of like an indie kind of movie. Yeah, it's coming of age film, which I do like those a lot. And not so much like plot twist so much, right? It's definitely like, it's not predictable, but definitely a lot of fun to watch. But definitely not something crazy like the last two movies we talked about. So definitely more down to earth kind of movies. But still, I liked it a lot. Really good. I liked it. A lot of people didn't talk about it. But yeah, DD's a fantastic movie. Go see it. Number 2, we actually have Long Legs. And Long Legs, once again, like we talk about DD, how it kind of tugs on my heartstring and memories. For those who don't know, I love the Hannibal Lecter series. It's like what I grew up with. It's what brought me into like horror, thriller stuff, and like since then, any movie or TV show that kind of reminds me of Hannibal Lecter stuff is always good to me. This is one of the few movies I actually saw twice in theaters, because like you watch it the first time, you're like, oh, what the heck, and then you watch it again at theaters, like, what the heck, how did I miss that? Like the devils and stuff like that you can see, and then like how it kind of pieces together. Nicolas Cage does a great job as being Long Legs, stuff like that, and I really hope we hit maybe like a prequel where we see like more of like Nicolas Cage stuff. The ending is like very wild too. You're like, what the heck? And I like this, like, once again, it's kind of like you never know what's happening, and definitely with these thriller kind of movies, you really don't know what's happening. And I think this is definitely one of the movies that definitely benefits if you watching over and over again, because you like catch more pieces and stuff like that. Especially when you watch it the first time and you figure out what's happening, and the second time you kind of like know what's going to happen, so you're anticipating that as well as watching other stuff. It's not just watching like in the at the main screen; it's watching around it more so when the second time. And I like movies like that, so you have to watch it twice just so you catch everything, right? And like I said, like the devil stuff, like there's like hidden devils everywhere, and you don't notice the first time because you have no idea. Then you watch the second time, you're like, oh, yeah, those are everywhere. It's a really good movie, really fun. I like these thriller kind of movies. Sometimes they're really bad, but this one was actually really good. It does a great job of like the storyline, the craziness, the murders and stuff like that. Like, and it's really cool because it's in your face, like very quick as well too. Like the opening, like when they go to the house and stuff. So yeah, really nice. I like this movie a lot. Fantastic. Make sure you see it if you like these kind of thriller-like movies. So number 1, it's going to be Dune Part 2. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. Star Wars is all around me and stuff like that. So any movie that kind of like incorporates like sci-fi stuff, I'm going to be a big fan of it or going to watch it. Last year, I'm pretty sure I put Dune as number 1. If not, it's definitely in my top 5. The storyline is great. There's a lot more action, I think, in this movie than the first one. The first one was like definitely more storyline, while this one it's definitely like it's still storyline, but like the fight and stuff like the fights are fantastic. Like these big action shots are really, really great. I think like everybody does like a fantastic job. Timothée Chalamet is like does a great job. And I love the way you see him like kind of grow this movie, gain his like powers, stuff like that. And it's definitely like when you watch, you're like, holy cow, how did somebody pull this off, right? And it's just crazy to see like we could do movies like this, right? And I saw it in IMAX and I saw it in regular theaters, and yeah, definitely another movie I would watch over and over again. Dune 1 and Dune 2 were fantastic. Can't wait for Dune 3 to figure out what's going to happen and stuff like that. Now, that we're going out into the world, into the galaxy or whatever they call it. Because we pretty much have been on this just planet just over past two movies. But yeah, fantastic. It's great. Worth the watch if you didn't see it. If you haven't watched Dune 1, Dune 2, watch it. They do a fantastic job. Austin Butler, he's a great bad guy. You never thought Elvis would be a great bad guy, Zendaya is great, helping out, Timothée Chalamet and stuff like that. So yeah, fantastic movie. Make sure you check it out. The bad guys are really good acting. The good guys are really good acting. The mom is like, you're like, dude, she's a... and you're like, oh, okay, and then it's just great, right? It's just great. So Dune 2, best movie of the year. So yeah, just want to put that out there. So next up we have Chelsea's list, so we'll start looking at that. Number 5 is Long Legs for her. Like I said, I can't really explain why. I'm just, this is their list. Number 4 was Strange Darling, and I do like Strange Darling a lot. It's definitely like top 10, top 15 movies for sure. The way it kind of like once again, it's one of those movies you're like, I don't know what's going on, right? And it's like in these parts, and I don't want to spoil it too much if you haven't seen it, but like just like the way the roller coaster kind of goes with the movie, you're like up and down, up and down. You're like, what the heck is going on? I definitely want to see it again. The first time we watched it is when I was in my theater, I was like talking on the phone and stuff like that, and I'm just like, what are you doing in my theater talking? Like, I wish I could just like just ban them somehow. But yeah, it's like I said, a relentless thrill ride, and it definitely is like up and down the whole time. So that's number 4. Definitely great movie. Number 3, Dune Part 2. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good movie. 2 is Substance, and number 1 is Nosferatu. Chelsea loves Robert Eggers. And Nosferatu was her favorite movie of last year. I mean, it was great. It was good. It was good. It's a good vampire movie, for sure. I mean, not much to say about it. If you have no idea what Nosferatu is, it's a vampire kind of movie. It's like a love story. I think it's kind of like a love story. It's kind of like a love story, I guess. Easiest way to put it. But it's definitely wild. It's crazy. Nicholas Hoult just going on this adventure, like trying to like find Nosferatu and stuff like that, essentially, but he doesn't know it's Nosferatu. Whatever. Definitely dark. Lily Rose, you see in the front right there, she does a fantastic job. Probably the best like actor, and all the stuff she has to do and stuff was pretty wild to see. But she does a fantastic performance. Bill Skarsgård is a great. He always does great in these movies, especially like these makeup type movies where he's like a monster and stuff like that. We've seen this multiple times, and again happening here. So Bill Skarsgård doing great. So yeah, great, good movie. Definitely like top 10, top 15 for me too. It's not my top 5 for me. Sorry. But we're going to Rico's list, and so me and Chelsea's are kind of the same, like little differences right here. But Rico's is going to be totally different if you're looking for totally different movies. Number 5 is Speak No Evil. Speak No Evil. James does a great job in it. I did like this movie a lot. The ending was kind of meh for me. I kind of wish it was kind of like a little bit crazier. But once again, it's a little bit of a roller coaster movie. It's kind of predictable though, just a little bit. Like what the bad guy's going to be and stuff like that, which is why it's not really on top of my list. But if you haven't watched these kind of movies before, it's definitely like entertaining for sure, but definitely it's like kind of one of those movies you've seen before, you kind of seen before, right? So that's kind of the big thing for me. But I think it's a great job. It does a great movie. I guess a little bit of the plot twist, just a little bit, I think, with the boy. But it kind of makes sense once you piece everything together. You're like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's not like a super plot twist, but it's still a good movie. I like it a lot. Like I said, I don't know where it'd fall in my movies. Who knows? It gets hard like after so many watching 100 movies. Number 4 is actually Sonic 3. And I do agree that this Sonic movie is the best one. The Sonic franchise keeps getting better and better. When Shadow coming out and stuff like that is fantastic. It's great to see. Hearing the music and when the last scenes, like throwing it back to Sonic Adventures 2 or whatever it is, you clearly tell they're doing that. The Chow Garden scene like had me cracking up, which is funny how they were just like making fun of Tails the whole time and stuff like that, or not the whole time, but like the little jabs they do at Tails is like comical to me and had me laughing. And I love that they're just like including their own humor, and then like the side comments and stuff like that. I don't want to go too much, but if you know I'm talking about side comments, they're so great, they're so funny. But that's Rico's number 4. Number 3 was Venom: The Last Dance. Never seen it. I haven't seen any of the Venom movies, but Rico said that was his number 3. I can't say much about it. Number 2 was A Quiet Place D1. It's kind of cool to see like how everything kind of like happens in The Quiet Place, because like when you watch Quiet Place, it jumps forward like a couple years. So my favorite character from this movie is the cat. I'm just going to be honest. Cat's my favorite person. How do you get a cat to not meow the whole time? Beats me. Zora would not make it to that movie. We would not make it. I'm just going to be honest with you. But I think it's a great movie. I think number 2 is probably like my favorite. Don't hate me if that's the thing. Technically, this is Quiet Place number 3, but it's actually a prequel. So it's like when stuff is going down. I think they're like New York City or something like that. It's a very interesting take, and to see how that kind of all goes down and stuff like that. It's definitely a cool movie. And number 1, he actually has Wicked. I do think Wicked is a good movie. It has a great storyline. All the acting's great, and the singing's great. I actually, I saw it as well. I'm not a huge play guy. Like I've seen a lot of plays. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like I don't hate them, but I don't like I'm not trying to like super go out of my way to watch them, but I will watch them if they're on, if they're out. And so I did watch Wicked. Did watch Gladiator too, so I watched it. Glicked, I don't know what the word is. Great job. The Wicked Part 2, we'll see what happens next year. I didn't know there's going to be a Part 2, but I guess there's a Part 2. I've never seen them play before, but Chelsea has, and she said it does a great job. And then, where it ends is exactly where the play ends, which I had no idea either, so that's pretty cool to see. Looking for number 2, and we'll see what happens. Maybe once I see both of them, maybe higher on my list. So see what happens, kind of because, they leave off flying, and I'm like, okay, what's happening now? I don't know. But yeah, so that's Rico's number 1. And then what I did here is, let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. And so I just broke down everybody's list and kind of what the rankings are. So here I am with Dune 2, Longlegs, DD, Substance, and Nora. Chelsea was Nosferatu, Substance, Dune 2, Strange Darling, and Longlegs. And Wicked, Quiet Place, Venom, 73, Speak No Evil. And it's always interesting when you look at, this is the Rotten Tomato scores of the critics and audience and stuff like that. Like this one, 85-61 is pretty crazy, but you look at Venom, 41-80. It looks like overall, let's see, Dune 2 had 92-95. I think that might be the highest. Dune 2, yeah. DD had 96-91. I'm looking at that kind of rating. So yeah, there's the ratings right here. And also there's other movies that I have written down that we gave a 4.5 or 5. And I'll go over them real quick. We gave Heretic, I think, a 4.5. Smile 2 we gave a 4.5. Terrifier 3 we gave it a 5. Which was not on either one of our list. We have Deadpool, which I think we gave a 5 stars, but not on our list, probably 6, 7, somewhere there. Oddity, I think we gave a 4.5. Civil War, I think we gave a 4.5. Last Night in the Devil, we gave a 4.5. American Fiction, we gave a 5. Holdover, 5. And Poor Things, 5. Holdover, Poor Things, and American Fiction, we all gave 5s. But I think, they're 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, and 10. They're in the 10s for sure. So yeah, that's all the movies we saw that we ranked on the top 15, whatever, 20 with the 4.5 to 5s. So all of our 4.5s to 5 for me and Chelsea are Nosferatu, Wicked, Anora, Heretic, Smile 2, Terrifier 3, The Substance, Strange Darling, DD, Longlegs, Deadpool, Oddity, Civil War, Dune 2, Late Night with the Devil, American Fiction, Holdover, and Poor Things. So that's all the movies we gave a 4.5 or 5 last year. And like I said, the highest being, I think, DD or Nora. Yeah. See, yeah, there we go, guys. So what are your top 5 movies? Like I said, I'll leave a link down below to my Letterboxd if you want to watch it. If you have any comments about these movies, let me know. I'm down to talk about movies. I'm always here to, talk about them and stuff like that. I'm excited next year, especially for 28 years later. We're ready for it to return back. 20 days and weeks are 2 of my favorite zombie movies ever. So yeah, I'm excited. But anyways, hope you have a great day. Hope you had a great time watching movies. Definitely go out and watch the movies, support the local theaters, stuff like that, and we'll see what happens next year. Hope you do my 2024 list, and we'll see you next year for 2025. Alrighty, guys.